We got warrior and we got... You know, I think these are both okay. I'll take Paladin. Sure, why not? I'll take a Arathi Weaponsmith. Okay, Dreadskin. I can't clear my throat. Let's take Blessing. Blessing's good. Consecration, sure. Okay, did we say something about not getting class cards? But like if this is what your draft was and your opponent's drafts were like this, it would be way more interesting. It'd be way more exciting. You'd be like, wow, I got a good card. Oh, I got another good card. I got another good card. Most drafts don't start out that way. These are both really good. I think Sylvanas might be better. It's 2 less mana. Be happy to have them both. You know, you take these out and you put Alarmabot in, it feels awful. You know, you take Harvest Golem out, you put, you know, a 1-mana 1/1 Murloc in here, it feels awful. And so on and so forth. We just feel awful. So, you know, clearly, you take Keeper of Uldimon out and you put in a fucking 2-mana 2/2 taunt, you're gonna feel awful. But you're gonna get a lot of picks like that where you're sort of obligated to take those cards. Could take the egg. I have Blessing and I have Keeper of Uldimon. Argent Lance is a better card, but you could get like an Arcanite Reaper, a War Axe, King's Defender, True Silver. And then I don't want that many weapons. I'm gonna take the egg. I'm an egg gamer, what can I say? Zombie Chow, sure. Yeah, I mean, Dark Iron Dwarf sort of, you know, serves our egg purposes. I'll take the Creeper here over the Micro. I'll take another zombie. I don't like Tomb Spider much. Sure. Triple zombie chow, okay. What should I do if I feel awful regardless of what the meta is like? You should seek medical professional help. I do not want any of these. Maybe I take the Flying Machine. I have Blessing. I have Dwarf. I hate Dancing Sword, so sure. Take the 3 though. I do like the Ghoul. A Warhorse, that's unfair card. And Obsidian Destroyer. I'm taking a Heroic Strike here. Just a cheap removal for the early game. And I'll take an Infiltrator as well. Take 2 Sylvanases? Oh my god, Refugeek. Get the camera, get the camera. Is 2 Sylvanas more OP than Constructed? Should I mention the meta to the doctor? No, probably the Crippling Depression. Okay. Guess we're going 12-0. Maybe not, but I'm gonna try. Let's take this 2. Let's take the 1. We need more 4s. I was just thinking that. Gore Owl. Okay, sure. I'll take the Taunty Boy, and finally. Okay, that's a unique curve. That's a unique curve. Thank you, I think, Taz, for setting up the bet. Window capture. Hearthstone capturable overlay. Get your bets in, get your butts in. I know you guys like betting. I've marked this one for YouTube. I think we're gonna get upwards of several wins. I hope everybody's doing okay. Let me see when my electricity bill is due while I sit here in the first game.
This ends now. Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
Do I ever just keep these Sylvanases? Because our curve is so cheap. I don't know if I should, but let's just pretend. Huh? Okay, when is my bill due? Wow, a few days, and wow, it really isn't. I thought it would be really expensive. Does it say what days this is from? I ran the heat like all month. It's only like 25 bucks more expensive. Insane deck? Yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried about after turn 4, but we'll see. I can't wait to start making fun bets 3 days from now. I know, right? We had so few, like, X amount of somethings. We did get some new followers today. DeFore. I played a Magic run. I went 7-0, and apparently I beat a streamer. Tugboat was watching another streamer and saw that I was facing him yesterday. And then now we're at least following each other. I went in and added him. I didn't say like GG because it's really annoying when somebody beats you. But I just followed him and he said, "Oh hey Redbeard, good game." He was like, he had a good attitude. So I was like, oh okay, I can chat there. That's fun. Yeah. Hello. This is great YouTube content too. I was so excited to put this one up on YouTube. But as long as we get the win, that's all that matters. I need gold. Oh, come on, dude. Where's my free win? I think I bet 12 farts. That's not enough. Is this like a thing they're gonna do every turn? To the new magic friends and winning. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Looks like he was on like around when we end.
First.
So maybe we'll get a chance to raid him someday. Wobble's playing BGs at the same time. Forgive him. This is not Wobble. This is Wakizi. Don't talk while he ropes for a good flow to the YouTube bit. Okay. I was gonna say we could cut the whole game out. Maybe they're not gonna do that. It's so good to play this and trade if I win the 50-50, but if I don't, I kind of have to play this. I'll just win the 50-50. Person's playing in between wipes. I've had games where like you queue up and then you know you're taking your turn and then all of a sudden it's wow, that's good for me. Well, is that not good for me? Actually, not really all that good. It kills all these. Well, I guess I don't really have a choice. I sort of just have to do this. And I suppose we hope to win this 50-50. Oh, it's not even a 50-50 though, huh? Coin out a 2. I think I'm just gonna coin out a Sylvanas here. Someone edits the YouTube videos for YouTube. Refugeek cut some up out of the VOD. And I think he has a computer program that cuts out some of the dead air, I think. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, sorry. So I would queue up and, you know, something would hit you in the middle of the game. You'd have to run back and forth to the, you know, you'd run, you'd waddle. You'd run, you'd waddle, you'd wipe. You know, you had to sometimes piece things together the best you can. For the love of the game, you know? Humble Sylvanas, huh?
I have no time for games. Let none survive.
Join the game on your phone. I have, I've actually had a streaming. I've been disconnected in like an 11-win game. And I was like, you know, like but like, I don't know, my internet was still working on my phone, I guess. I had to pay for internet and I don't always use the Wi-Fi. And I was like, oh crap, well I was like, oh, I can't stream it, but like I can still chat. Let me like open up the game and maybe it'll come back and I can keep it going. And then I opened it up and I realized I hadn't opened Hearthstone on my phone in like 5 years, and I had like a download for like 17,000 gigabytes or whatever worth of downloads. And then it was like, okay, well, this is gonna take an hour, so. It's been about 6 months since I've opened Hearthstone. I've opened Hearthstone once on my phone in like the last 3 years. And I did it once in like 6 months, 6 months ago.
Our enemies will fall.
Interesting.
A blunder. The battle! The battle!
Let none survive.
I'll put it on your head.
I mean, you could just trade. I don't get anything, but then why would I make the trade for him, right? We'll try to kill him next turn. Suppose I could have like given something cheap taunt.
The gates are open.
You love my new recipe.
Another round.
I don't have a phone. I don't like talking to people. I just use my wife's phone. Never. Never? I don't talk to people too much. I like to text people. Phone's good for, you know, reading Reddit.
Get up! Versus Uther! I will fight with honor. Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
12 and 2, good deck. I'd really like to find another 2. Yeah, I guess that kind of counts. Yeah, it's a good deck. I'll go 12 and 0. I decided. I'm too lazy for texting. I straight up call. Oh, I hate calling. Oftentimes I get bad reception, like in homes. So calling can be kind of annoying. But I'll call people, I'll call my mom or my sister. Typically when I'm walking, I'll go for like a walk to the supermarket or something like that, and I'll give them a call. Then it can be nice. I like that I went 24k on 10 plus, and it was probably the same odds to go 100 on 4 to 6, the same points. Pardon me. So this is Avenge. It's a better use of our mana. Let's just play all 4 of these. Squeeze in a hero power if we want. Plus, I suppose if we top deck Warhorse Trainer, it's pretty beneficial. That's not too bad. Hopefully we're hitting the minion spider, I guess.
To battle!
I'll just get these down.
To battle! To battle!
Swing on 5, 6. I guess I can start swinging because I'm probably playing Gore Help too. Calling as a general concept feels kind of inconvenient and almost rude. Like if you call someone, it's sort of saying, whatever you're doing now, drop it because I demand your immediate attention. I think there are instances where you need to talk about something, you know, or it's like you're planning like something and it's just easier to just call rather than text about like 30 things. Wish I didn't draw. I have 4 cards that cost more than 4 mana. It was almost impossible to get an unplayable card there. But hey, you know what? We did it. We found a way.
I have no time for games.
You run double Sylvanas? I run double Sylvanas. I thought 1 wasn't enough. I think we're dead.
Not on my watch.
Guess we can consecrate here. Consecrate. Consecrate.
Let none
Trade.
survive.
Slap.
Reporting for duty.
His death rattle goes off before mine, so I will get a 1/1 if he trades the spider. Depends on the situation for sure, but unless you're planning something, organize it beforehand. I like giving people time to respond. Yeah, you could like text them like, hey, call me when you're free. That's nice. I don't know. Sometimes I'll call my sister or my mom and they won't pick up, and like, it's like fine. Hello, Mr. Red Hate L. Hit there. I guess I'm always dead, huh? L, thank you for the follow. Right, because I can hit here. I can hit here. Trade here. There's just no way, right? No. This guy is high win rate. Is he? Let me just have lightning storm. That's all this game came down to. Going first and having a lightning storm. Maybe Yeti gains taunt. Yeti's a death rattle, not a battle cry. I'm high win rate. You're high ground. Did the Kings play today? Or did we play yesterday? I forget. Sometimes we play 2 days in a row. Oh, we did not play today. We played yesterday.
I will fight with honor. Hellstream's eyes are upon you.
Let's ditch all that. I don't know. Maybe I should be keeping that Sylvanas, but okay. Kevin Fiala has 28 points in 26 games. Wow, like that guy. Oh my god, he had 4 assists against Seattle. Oh god. Ahoy, Redbeard. Hey, Executioner. Dark Bomb, you say? If I play this into this, maybe I can really buff him up. If I play him first, then I play these, I gotta wait 2 turns to cash in on him. Could silence my own zombie chow as well. About to grill up some chili dogs with all kinds of fixins. You in or out, Red? I'm out. I'm out on your chili dogs. Okay, could play this one. So this is, I guess, just really big. I can clear the board. I suppose I can even keep the zombie chow alive for now. I guess we have a 7-3 instead of a 4-5. Yeah, that's better. I miss out on a hero power, but I still get the chance to spell break my guy. That could be nice. It's 5 face damage.
Your magic shall not save.
In a sense, right? Chili dogs and tacos are the 2 greatest foods on earth. They have no equal. Finally, some classic Hearthstone.
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
What you want?
I have no time for games.
Light. Locked and loaded.
I want that. I want that.
Let none survive.
Hey Red, how's it going? Pretty good. Tim, how about yourself? We can't use Hearthstone. We got DMCA'd by Hearthstone for the Hearthstone. Actually, speaking of which, let me just send one. I probably have 1 or 12 more downloads. Redbeard pictures. Just, you know, at your leisure. It's just more images I can use. I can cycle them. When did the Hearthstone begin? There's some really funny pictures in here. How about...
Move quickly.
Just 2. Just 2. The opponents are chatty today? Are they chatting? Oh yeah, they're chatting with me. What the hell? Probably don't want to play that one.
For the crusade! None may steal us.
Let none survive.
Probably refrain from that if I could. Would you rather live life pooping out of your mouth or eating through your butthole? Oh, much rather eat out of my butthole. Oh, I don't want to poop out of my mouth. That'd be disgusting. Eating from your butt, like who cares? Yeah, great, okay. Well done, guys. Hungry. Great, could probably even get more food in there at one time. When is the new Ariba rotation? Apologies for being the 437th person to ask. Well, actually, you're the first person to ask about the new Ariba rotation. But I think Ariba McIntyre is putting out a new CD soon. December 6th of this year, I think she's got a new album coming out, so don't worry. Keep abreast of the Ariba McIntyre comings and goings. On delay, Ariba. If you eat from your butt, then where'd you poop from? Also your butt, yeah. Yes.
Blood and thunder.
Not in my...
Let none survive.
Yeah, I wouldn't want... I think the system we've developed is pretty good already, Mr. Savantius. But...
Let the hunt begin. Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
Ariba Franklin. It's one of the finest artists of the past generation. I hope that one day this could be a thing for Sin. Yeah, people make a reference to this constantly. I can't swallow that. Good news. It's a suppository. That is good news. It's good news to take things via the butt. You know, most medicine is consumed in this way. This juggler probably won't even hit one of my minions, right? Good old Futurama. Is that I kind of remember that. Darn it. Wait, really? You greedy son of a bitch. No way. Really? Didn't want to just kill our guy? Save file with the huge raid. Gotta run right away to take care of some things. Good luck. Thank you, Save. Thank you for the raid. Good luck. Killer raid. Shout out Save. You guys all check out Save. I was watching some Save today, actually. I was lurking in there. I don't remember what we were talking about. I think World of Warcraft. It was after a Dreads raid. I like the prospect of using these to kill that. But I hope everybody goes and checks out, good gracious, Save File 17 and none other than About Average David. How are you, man? Still playing Flappy Bird? Blue TriStar, Titherall, Gav, and The Anomaly. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much, Davey and Save File, for the support. Anybody else want to see legendaries more often in the arena draft? I feel like we could spice things up. In this meta, you actually get an increased rate of legendaries. And I would say, yeah, I'd be okay with that, actually. Personally.
I smell blood.
Not me. I did my studying. I'm ready for my bovine exam tonight. You're gonna pass with flying colors. You ever smash together different flavors of Starburst? No, Starburst is a horrible candy. Just atrocious. I don't really like fruity gummy candy. I don't know. Always just gets stuck in your teeth. It's shit.
First kill.
Implies you're either slightly or more or less average. Which is it? It varies from day to day. Davey's above average every day.
Done.
He's wonderful. Anybody who disagrees, it's a jerk. Probably a criminal. What I don't want is to make a BGH target. I think it's far more likely he has a BGH than a Flame Strike. Typically, you would just stack one above a Flame Strike, but, well, this is Hearthstone in 2022, and everybody's got BGH, right? I feel like I don't know you anymore. I feel like you barely know me anyway. You always ask a bunch of questions you never know the answer to. But I love having you here, what can I say? Just good because if they decide to play it out, we should see if they have a BGH right here. Legendaries make for good YouTube titles. Yeah, people like the legendaries. What's up, KBB? People like the legendaries. People like the 12-win runs and they like the 12-0 runs. Am I done with speedruns? Did Dose really beat my record? Because if he beat my record, I gotta get my record back. Being like David was the average, the world would be a better place. Yeah, that's true. If more people were like David, there would be no need for heaven. It'd already be there. You didn't do the splits though. You gotta do the splits.
Give me strength.
Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
This man has turned every cheek on his body. What episode is that from? God, I think it's Homer is like Ned's best friend. Becomes his best friend. I can't remember why. He like saves his life or something. Is that the scene in the church? Yeah. Is this a spanking one? No. That's one where Homer's like chasing him in the car, like the T2 scene with the golf clubs. I think that's the one where he goes into the hedge too. I think that's where he goes back into the hedge. Just don't ask him what season it's from. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna not get that correct. Homer Loves Flanders. Season 5. 4 or 5. It's always 4 or 5. 5 is my guess. Season 5, episode 16. I hate this game because I always get them wrong. Season 2 or 3, it was 5. We've tried nothing, man, and we're all out of ideas. What's up, John? I watched the Homer and Ned go to Vegas episode today. Not the best, but it had at least 2 jokes that made me laugh. I didn't have the slapping scene. Oh, huh. Oh, wait, is that when he's in the boat? Is that when they get, like, lost out in sea? Maybe that's that one. Yeah. Davey, thank you for gifting one. Thank you for gifting one to John.
I have no time for games.
I think that's like a edited clip, but
For a little while, I pack a big punch.
I should have been able to get that yesterday or whatever. So I can use my Gore Howl. I can silence this. I think I'm just going to use my Gore Howl. Because I can play both of these next turn. There's a lot about our society that a Simpsons savant such as yourself still needs to work for a living. Does it say good things about society? Thanks again, Davey, for the 6 gifted subs, by the way.
Reporting for duty. Blood and thunder.
Magic shall not
Let none survive.
I started Chainsaw Man. I'm on board. What a few animes I've laughed at. Oh yeah, I've heard it's very funny. Someone was saying that yesterday. Where are you guys watching it?
None may steal our secrets.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How many fingers do you see?
I don't know about that play.
You weep.
The best joke from the Vegas episode was when Homer and Ned are surrounded and they're trying to escape, and Homer says to Ned, would it help if we switched wives? And Ned is like, for the last time, no. That's funny. Hulu, but there are other ways to watch if you don't have it. I don't know if I have Hulu. I'll have to ask my sister if I have Hulu. Urka Burkababa. Thank you for thank you for your follow. Just don't really like those cards. I mean, this one's good. Whatever. We'll hit a 2 or a 3, right? Or a 1. Sure. Oregon. Yeah, are you in Oregon? Let's go out and let's get some frosty Oregonian milkshakes. When Marge says to Homer, you always listen to your friends, but you never listen to me. And Homer says, that's great, honey. It was kind of cheap, but voice acted. That's another, like, constant Simpsons gag. I was watching a clip. I don't know, I just, like, YouTube showed me a clip, and it was the one where Homer takes Marge to the all-you-can-eat fish place, and he's watching the commercial, and she's like, you know, and he's like, oh, can we go there, Marge? And she's like, I'm allergic to seafood. Like, last time I ate shrimp, you know, I got, my throat closed up and I went into convulsions. And he just goes, shrimp. And then it just cuts. So, like, he's clearly never listening to her. My throat closed up and I went into convulsions. Your head has a built-in helmet, Homer. Homer? That's not my name. My name's Redbeard. He's gonna trade now before we deal a bunch of base damage. A 4/6 egg, not the worst. What about the bread? Does that have fish in it? Yes. And what she's like, I'll just like have these saltine crackers from my purse. Excellent. Something like that. Excellent. And then Sin said, what about the left-handed store? That has one of my top 37 favorite lines for sure. When, so Homer wishes that Flanders fails, so he's like not telling anybody about the, he's not telling anybody about the left-handed store, and then whatever, he feels bad for Ned, so he starts like making phone calls. and he's calling people up. It's like, I can't remember who he says, like, you know, Chub Goat, remember that time I paid back that loan? Well, now it's time for you to do a favor for me. It's just really good. Nice reading as well on the, remember that time I paid back that loan?
To battle! To battle!
And, he calls someone else.
No time for games.
He's like, oh, it's like, and his wife picks up. It's like, oh, I've got Homer Simpson on the phone. Tell him I'm dead. He says Ned Flanders is in trouble. Ned Flanders is in trouble. He just jumps up. Tell him I'm dead. Oh, baby, I was just about to say. Hey, that's great. Hey, Balthazar, thank you so much. Thank you for the $10. Dexter and I filmed a Snap video, so I think we're gonna do another Snap video, and I think we could get into the routine of making videos again, and that would be cool. Which I think could actually legitimately yield an arena run or two.
Practice makes perfect.
But thank you for the $10. The donation sound is almost the exact same as the follow sound, but it's a little different. I can never tell the difference. And sometimes I'm like, I think to myself, was that a different sound? I was like, and then I get my hopes up, like maybe it was a donation instead of just a follow. And then this time it was, so. I like Bart's prank calls to Moe's bar. What does he say? I'm looking for a Hugh Jazz. Oh, I'm Hugh Jazz. Sorry, the phone's for you. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is a prank phone call, and it's kind of gone wrong, and I'd like to hang up now. Okay. What a nice young man. Was it Hugh Jazz? I think it was Hugh Jazz. I just love. I'm Hugh Jazz.
Garrosh versus Tyrande.
You give me strength.
Hell screams eyes.
Calm down, diddly diddly doodly. Oh hell, diddly ding dong crap. Calm down, diddly diddly doodly. Is that when he goes crazy? The hurricane blows his house away. It's like, look, we we all pitched in and we rebuilt your house. Hey, is it just me or is this hallway getting smaller? I haven't even shown you the master bedroom yet. And he opens up this tiny door and it says Barney. Oh man, that's rich too. That's rich. Alright, somebody come over and let's watch The Simpsons tomorrow. I'm gonna call a couple names randomly. Tasney, Sasha Grey, David. Great hand. Yeah, our deck's almost incapable of starting with a bad hand. Since we have 4 cards total that cost more than 4 mana. That's like going second, like what's the worst? You play, like there's no way that we can't play a 4 on 3 as our worst curve play, right? That's the worst we could do. Can Chuckles and Go come too? Sure. No. Chuckles is gonna be mean to me. Okay, he'll probably be nice to me. Sasha Grey and Tasney. I was just pulling people who were in the chat right now. And it was purely random. How come I can't change the playback speed to 2 times? Because this is live. If you were at 2 times, you'd be in the future. You can change the playback speed on the VODs or the YouTube videos. Sasha Grey. Top 3 FAP material till date. To go for sure. You know, I wouldn't put her on my list of top 250 porn stars for myself personally. But that being said, she is an attractive gal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Did she say she's a yeah. You can come over and watch The Simpsons, but beyond that, I'm not so sure. Guts loves her. He's been sub for 3 years. I know, right? I know who Sasha Grey is. I don't really like. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like diss Sasha Grey or anybody that like, you know, likes that particular lady in terms of that particular pornographic material. I don't really get why she was like so popular. There's a lot of filth on the internet, you know. There's a lot. She did seem to like transcend that. There was probably something to it, like being on like the right website at the right time. Or I know she did other things. She was in a movie, right, or something like a She was in a film or something. Didn't they do like a documentary maybe about her too or something? I don't think I've ever seen a sharper jawline. Do you think it's her jawline that does it, maybe? Is that what people kind of go gaga for? Maybe that's what it is. She sucks big dicks. Yeah, but that's not like a... It's not like a rarity in the industry. Does she have a very sharp jawline? I don't know. Maybe if her hair was shorter. Maybe if she was like, you know, farting on a cake or something, then maybe, you know. Maybe then. Without farting on a cake, really, what's the point? Be careful you invite over. They might steal all your Hearthstone cards. I hope not. Who hasn't sucked a dong in 2022, right? That's what I'm saying. Rarity would be sucking on the small dicks. That person should be very famous, right? She was on Entourage. I was impressed with her performance on Entourage. Does she do like naughty behavior on Entourage? I'm gonna play this. It stops him from playing a 7, which could be good. I could if I pick up a 3 keeper and trade still. There's a great PR. Did lots of social media. I think it's the Scrumptious Booty. Oh, I'm typing Scrumptious Booty. That doesn't really... I probably don't need to type that. Scrumptious Booty. Yeah, it's got a nice butt. Like, again, you know, I'd be walking over my mother, you know, to, you know, at some point in my life to get a chance to go on a date with her, but yeah, I don't know. She sucks a big whoa. Yeah, don't mistake me. I understand I'm a troll man who seemingly would have no opportunity for such experiences with a young lady like that, but still. We're talking about pornographic fantasy actresses. She wouldn't be on the top of my list, personally. What the hell? He's trading everything? I need to shrink his guy.
I have no time
Maybe.
for games.
She's about my age, yeah. I remember her when I was younger being like a new pornographic actress, or like somebody people like we would discuss as young men. I remember. I went through a phase looking up a young lady called Lexi Bell. Lexi Bell, if you guys are familiar, from that similar profession. I always thought that gal was way more attractive. I mean, there's a way to live. Maybe her personality. She seems like a cool lady. I don't really know her at all. Like, I mean, I don't know. I've never watched her stream, but I guess she like plays video games and like cooks and stuff. And yeah, being a cool lady definitely helps for sure. Back in my day, it was Jenna Jameson. I remember Jenna Jameson. I need
What now?
this to die. I need to steal that. And I need to buff that, and then I need to trade there. Use Uldaman and Dwarf on Sylvanas and trade with the 3/4. I think that's worse. I think what we need to do is just do this. We have to take the taunt. We have to trade here. Oh god. I thought I put blessing on there. I think we have to do it this way. Back in my day, it was a Polaroid and a VHS tape. I can see it. I actually, this would have been really good if this hit, the health had hit here. Am I just still dead? I guess I'm not dead, huh? Just dying. I need not zombie chow. Well, I like the play we made.
I have no time for games.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually load up the board. So if you miss, he has a higher chance to misclick. Are there any new legendaries you want to craft? Yeah, all of them, probably.
You call that?
Okay. We were so far behind. It's just I don't even know. I'm assuming I went second, and he had a Demon Hunter hero power, right? Doesn't really matter what plays you make or what's in your deck
Versus
a lot of the time.
For Doomhammer.
But if you make plays like that and you get lucky once in a while, you will win some percentage of the games. But yeah, it kind of sucks. At this point, this run is more likely to earn me farts than dollars. Yeah. If I have to cut it all out because of all that pornographo talk, you know? Keep it family friendly on the YouTube. The deck I posted in Discord went 12. I think that's the best deck I've drafted all meta, and it felt nice to finally high roll. Hold on a second.
Do you need a blessing?
Let me go. TCG? No, Hearth section. Let me go to the Discord. Pulling up the Discord. Hearth. 2. B-Bart. Not a bad deck. Okay, let's see. Poor eyes can barely see. I gotta blow it up. We got Priestess. 2. What is that card? Flame Cannon. Double Frostbolt.
mount up.
Scarab. Some 2s. A counter. Shredder. A Death Spite. A Fireball. Yeah, I like those spells. Gotta see some magic at the top, though. Let's see the magic at the top.
Feel the power.
2 Bomb Lobbers. Pyroblast, Kraken, Gorehowl, Destroyer. Yeah. Yeah. I'd say, you know, even then, probably not the best, right? Like,
You call that?
but great. And good that it went 12. I thought we would see like a Dr. Boom in there too or something. Yeah. But the worse your deck is, when going 12, like the better it kind of feels sometimes, you know? I wish that didn't happen. Should I coin out Sylvanas? I want to coin out something, so let's just put Sylvanas down. And maybe there's nothing he can do about it, right? I got 12, so it felt like a high roll at this point. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a strong deck. There's almost no bad cards. And then you look at, like, you know, this is a 5-win deck, and this guy just played a Wind Speaker and a Grizzly Bear, you know? I wonder if I even want the Yeti to have Taunt.
Practice.
I might, but if he has a Black Knight, I guess I don't. If he has like a charge minion, maybe I don't want that.
Witness the power of pure water.
That's certainly not good for me. Maybe I want more taunts. I sure wish it would have had a Dr. Boom. That's my all-time favorite card, and I haven't been able to play it this meta. You only got a few more days. You got to spam some drafts. I mean, he only has 5 mana this turn. Be kind of cool if he didn't have like something premium here. I haven't seen a single Black Knight this meta, not in any of my games and not on stream. I've had it a few times. I've been hit by it maybe once or twice. I've seen some unactivated Black Knights. There really aren't many. Wow, it's a fortuitous top deck for sure. I guess it's good we didn't taunt the Yeti though. I've seen a lot of, there's not a lot of taunts in the meta. So it's like, it doesn't feel as strong. It felt like it was this type of card that got better and better as they printed more and more good taunts, like Bog Creepers and Tar Creepers even. It's time to go face. I consecrate here. I don't think so. I'm gonna swing face as well. I have a Muster for Battle and a Gore Howl, so we're not winning this game by trading, so we might as well just swing and then increase our odds of maybe picking up more damage from the deck. We have a Heroic Strike. I guess that doesn't stop. But it could have an Ooze, right? It could have an Ooze. We just miss out on damage. We really are kind of like, I mean, this turn, he clears our board, we lose. We might win next turn, but if we are playing a game for a couple turns and we draw a Zombie Chow, we're just dead, right? That's good. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's not okay, huh? kind of garbage.
The battle.
I guess I sort of need to do this, even though it feels really bad. This feels bad. I was watching Dreads. He got hit by a Black Knight on curve on his Sunwalker today. He opened an alternate art Gengar that I want, so it's good if he has bad Hearth luck. But I guess I'm having bad Hearth luck, so, and I don't have a Gengar, so maybe it's not fair. We're having very bad Hearth luck. 3, 4. So we have 2 outs for lethal, 3 outs for lethal. No, 2 outs, 3 outs. If this 3/5 is alive. Is this game worth getting back into? I haven't played since 2017. Yeah, I think so. There's a new set coming out on Tuesday, so you could like start now, do your daily quests, get a little gold, and maybe be ready for a new everything on Tuesday. Oh, give me lethal, that'd be swell. Swell. Arena Stone is the best stone. I can't wait till the newer sets are in though. Yeah, so new stuff on Tuesday. And I think Matt said that the following expansion, or the following rotation, sorry, will be all standard sets because he's kind of heard the feedback and acknowledges that people don't necessarily entirely want to play with only old sets. So it's going to be all standard. And I think that will be even better. So whatever we get, good or bad, on Tuesday, I'm sure it'll be better than this. And then it sounds like, in my opinion, we'll have almost a guaranteed improvement after that as well. So that's cool.
Garrosh versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Hellscream's eyes are upon you.
I mean, if I hit a 2, that'd be great.
Job's done.
Thanks for the follow. Thanks.
You will regret this. Bring me steel.
I haven't done an arena run in the past 2 weeks because I couldn't handle it anymore. I'm jealous. Jealous of the position your life affords you. I, however, will die if I don't play arena. I started watching again on YouTube and trying out arena. I stopped going 0-3 at least. Hey, that's a start, right? That's a start, brother. You know what? Maybe I should just silence that. Say I silence it. If I silence it, then I lose my Divine Shield. That feels kind of bad. So I can't silence that, right? It is a 2/5. So let's silence this one. You can actually play a Sea Giant this turn, which is kind of annoying. It's kind of getting you being miserable. Felt very nostalgic. Used to you getting miserable. Yeah, there we go. Hit the left. Not that one. Wait, that's the worst one for you. Could trade here. So I can brew it back. I wonder if the Hearthstone devs will ever consider revamping the mana system so you actually have to draw your mana with specific mana types to create an environment where you can fall behind for missing mana draws and not be able to play any of your cards. Probably not. I wonder if the Hearthstone devs will ever implement a system where I don't lose every joust, but my opponents also simultaneously don't win every joust. Maybe it's like some true semblance of an actual 50-50 sometime. Probably not either. Only 3 days left till the pain is over. Fair. I'll tell you which one I wanted to hit, not that one. None may steal our secrets. So what if I silence this idiot? Eh. Can someone explain how undead mech is possible with dual tribe? Yeah, it can be 2 tribes now. That's it. But it's a mech that's got a carcass inside of it also, I think. It's like undead, but it's like a refrigerator holding some food. Patches is undead, is he?
Shields up.
It's fair.
I concede.
Doesn't it sound fun to draw mana and not cards you can play though? Why would anyone not enjoy that? I like Magic's mana system, but it just lets you do so much more. Like dual colored cards can be more powerful. Your mana can act as a resource. You can have lands that turn into creatures or draw cards or scry or whatever. But yeah, like the bad games of Magic are so much worse than the bad games of Hearthstone because a lot of them you just don't participate. You really don't participate. You just mulligan down to 6, hit 5 lands, and then draw 3 lands, and then you're dead, or, you know, the exact opposite. And that's really frustrating. Had a hard time getting into Magic as someone with no experience. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've always loved Magic, so it's hard for me to envision a situation where I wouldn't love Magic. Even when bad things happen, I get mana screwed, or get mana flooded, or I play a draft today off stream and my opponent just keeps casting that damn 3 mana white enchantment that is an anthem and also exiles one of my cards, and they have 12 minions on board. Tug, and I lose, and it happens twice in one draft. Yeah, it's still like I'll get super annoyed and I'll close it down, and then tomorrow, like, I could just play. I could just play again. Magic the Gathering Arena thing is really good. It's not hard to get into. What do you think is the coolest and the worst mechanic in Hearthstone? Worst mechanic is probably Joust. I think the coolest mechanic is probably Discover. But if you exclude Discover, because it's so clearly the coolest, I would say something like Tradable, maybe? Tradable? What are my other choices? Tradable. I like Dredge a lot. I think those are both mechanics that really improve the arena experience. Honorable Kill is the worst, right? It's the best arena mechanic. Best, you say. Best? But not, you sure you don't mean worst? I don't hate Honorable Kill, but I don't love it. Honorable Kill's a lot like Overkill. It's a better mechanic than Overkill, but they're just kind of like combat manipulative, right? Frenzy's the worst? I like Frenzy, but I'd put Frenzy closer to the worst than the best. But I like cards like Tradable and Dredge because they prevent those games where you just get like a terrible mulligan or whatever. You draw your 1-drop or your 2-drop on, you know, turn 7. Some of them have Tradable, right? You just trade it away. You need something bigger, or you start your game with a 10-drop in your hand. Well, you just trade it away. You still get to, you know, play the game out, and I think that's cool.
I have no time for games.
I hate Dredge because Sunken exists. Yeah, but Dredge isn't a bad mechanic. The Sunken cards can be poorly designed in a sense. But I'd actually think that I think those things make sense. I think they're actually, it improves the Dredge mechanic and the Sunken stuff. I think if you kind of tone down the Sunken cards, it would have been smart. Instead of making them like overtly broken for the arena experience, just making it like, instead of, you know, a 3-mana 3/4 that puts a 3-mana 3/4 that draws 3 Colossals or whatever, just making it, you know, a 3-mana 3/3 that adds 2 random mechs to your hand or something. Like, you could tone that stuff down. I liked Legends of Runeterra limited format, but they fucked it up and not letting you play for stakes. Gotta have stake, man. I didn't play any of those, and I think they removed it, right? But I really, really like the solo content that they replaced it with, so I didn't experience what they took out, and I loved what they put in, so I wasn't like... Don't forget Jades. I like the Jade mechanic too, actually. A lot of people hate Inspire. I think there's always a mistake when we're discussing these things. When you're talking about the mechanic itself and then the way the mechanic was implemented are two different things, I think. So it's like people hated like losing to Murloc Knight generating more and more value in a time where there were weaker and weaker cards. So a card like Murloc Knight was really powerful. So people are like, well, I hate Inspire because it snowballs, right? So the idea of Inspire is that you get extra value from your hero power. I think that mechanic is really cool. Now then you have a separate discussion with whether or not you want to, change some of the stats and change some of the effects. Like maybe it's like summon a random 2 cost or less Murloc or something, so you can't get like a 4 cost card. I think originally Murloc Knight could spit out more Murloc Knights. Cards could create themselves. So I think there were times where you did that, where like one Murloc Knight would spawn another Murloc Knight, and then your next Murloc Knight would spawn 4 Murloc Knights sometimes. And then all of a sudden the game was like completely unreachable. I just like Renathal more than Sire. I love Renathal. I think that's a cool change, but
Move quickly.
it does make the game more expensive, and it sort of, in a sense, kills a lot of aggro decks, or at least forces them to make a lot of the aggro cards that they've made in the last little while that are like super, super broken, right, by design. I didn't hate Inspire until this meta happened, and some people get it for half the price. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
But like that's again, there's I don't think there's a problem with the Inspire mechanic. I actually think Inspire could come back. Cards that, for Arena at least, cards that get better when you use your hero power. I think that's good. I think that's good design. Because normally you don't want to use your hero power. It's a very low power play. But if you're playing like a 3 mana 4/4 that gets +2/+2 when you Inspire, then it's like, oh well, this is not what I wanted.
Mount up. The battle. The battle. The battle.
We loved Jan'alai. I love Jan'alai. I think Jan'alai was a really cool card, and Mordresh is kind of like a modern version of Jan'alai, better and whatnot. But like that concept, like hero power matters. I think that's a cool mechanic. GG. He could do what? He could consecrate us, and then blizzard us. But yeah, he's in trouble for sure.
Reporting for duty. The battle. The battle.
Just gonna cash these in while they're buffed. What would you say to bring back Gen and Baku into the core set? I liked that concept too.
The victory is yours.
I think I didn't play a lot of standard. I think those would have been really cool cards for Arena also. The fact that they were never in was kind of annoying. And the fact that there's not a system in place that can sort of guide your picks once you pick a card like that, I think is kind of I think if you were... So you know how like we talked about it, or if you've been here a lot, you hear me rant and rave about different things. I think they sort of fucked Arena in a sense by making duels and then not making duels well enough to supplement or to supplant Arena. So you just have kind of like Arena for a while, which got no attention, and you got duels, which got a ton of attention that not a ton of people, I think, really enjoyed. Did sort of the same thing with Mercenaries. And there was always this notion that like, oh, you can't make custom cards for Arena. It's too much work. It's not profitable enough. It's going to confuse people. And it's like, okay, we're just going to make an entirely different game mode where we do all that work. It's not very profitable and it doesn't confuse anybody. Like, so making custom cards for Arena, I think, would have been a better system than just making duels if you're just going to invest those resources into Arena. Now, they probably thought they were going to have more success with duels, and they probably thought it was going to generate more money and more intrigue and interest and whatnot than it did, I would imagine. But if you had a card like Gen and Baku in Arena, and then you had other cards custom made for Arena, like transform your whole deck into odd cost cards or something, or replace your deck with odd cost cards, you could make custom cards like that you probably wouldn't want to run in Constructed, because you can just build an odd cost deck, but you could make a very simple kind of solution for Arena to make cards like that more impactful, more synergistic, more memorable decks. And then there's a multitude of ways to make Arena more profitable.
Reporting for
had they done that when Hearthstone was very, very popular and Arena was one of the most watched game modes, with people like Amaz and Hafu and Crip being the biggest draw for Arena for Hearthstone for a long time. And that would include tournaments, in-game leaderboards, better prize structure for maybe a higher monetary investment, but a much better prize structure. Perhaps you could even like have a format where you could keep the cards you draft, and then instead of people wasting their money like buying packs and then opening them for no reason, they could play them and play a fun game mode too, sort of like Magic the Gathering did. But hey, I'm just a man. I'm just a man with a bunch of good ideas. You ever do the Moz 10 in challenge? I did a 10 and 9 once. Wait, I did 109 once. But yeah, I think he got that idea from me back in the day. Kind of him. Crazy Crypt used to get 10,000 viewers playing Arena. Well, when new expansions came out, Crypt and Amaz broke 100,000 concurrent viewers more than once. So, just imagine like, you know, Ninja or Fortnite level viewership is sort of where Hearthstone was at for a while.
For the crusade!
Just kind of crazy to think about. Hi Red, Camel City, what's up? And that is a huge contributing factor to why people are still talking about Crip and Amaz, at least within the Hearthstone scene. 8 years later, it's, you know, and Amaz hasn't played Hearthstone in years. It's like, well, when you at one point had, you know, millions of people watching probably your stream within a week, like millions of people, 1 million people, you can, you know, you'll be around for a while. Hearthstone even have 100,000 player base? Oh, for sure. Still, for sure. Back then, like, I'm sure Hearthstone had millions of viewers, or players. They might even still. I mean, I'm sure millions of accounts. You can go into like, you can go to like Hearthstone leaderboards. I'd be curious to know what, like, how many active accounts they have now, plus how many active accounts they had when Naxxramas was released. I'm sure it's a shitload less, but wait, what? I don't know. What rank legend am I? Like, I'm like rank 10,000 legend on NA, you know? Like, I'm sure they have hundreds of thousands. Dog rated XD today with less than 900 people. Dog was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was sponsored content. Dog still like floats around like 4, 5, 6,000, 7,000 viewers playing Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is still very, very popular.
Your magic shall not save you.
Dog was playing sponsored Yu-Gi-Oh! And contrary to popular belief, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel meta was not necessarily the million viewer game that Hearthstone was. Are you going to get Legend again this month, Red? I don't know. I was not having fun playing the one day we played like 2 days ago. Maybe I need to switch back to my Imp deck first. I think there's just less community activity because the game is old. More people are active and hyped when the game is new. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. But how you transition from being one of the most popular games in the world, or the most popular game in the world, into something else, you know, like, you can lose 90% of your player base, or you can lose 50% or whatever. You can, you know, there's a gradient to that, how much you lose. But yeah, you're not gonna just like go from the most popular game to all of a sudden doubling your relevancy 5 years later. Like, for sure, that isn't seemingly how it works. It'll be interesting to see what new standard decks the expansion brings, but it'll probably be a shit show at first. Yeah, I wanted to push for Legend that first day, but I don't know. I feel like now that Arena's closer to transitioning, I don't feel like I have to play as much standard. Like, I don't feel like I can make it a few days. It was tough. The concept of making it a few weeks in this meta was tough mentally, but making it here is yeah, sure, a few days I can do, and then hopefully the arena meta is really fun. That'd be cool. Hey G-Gore.
The end is coming. Reporting for duty.
We're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. Are you gonna play 2 days of Snap every month to stay on top? Well, I'll probably play 2 days. Do you mean, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Are you asking me if I'm going to play my second day of Marble Snap? Because I technically haven't quite played 2 days yet. I'm not sure what's being asked of me. If you start Hearthstone fresh, you feel outnumbered. They need to fix that. Yeah, I think a huge way to have mitigated that feeling and facilitated new players would have actually have been, now, you know, sorry, maybe I'm biased, but I think it would have been to incentivize and monetize Arena in a better way, because you're at a much more even playing field when you're playing Arena, right? The cards you play with are random, the decks you build are random, you don't have to have a huge collection. Now, the converse of that, right, is that a word? The converse is, I'm gonna have a much easier time beating somebody who's their first day. So you put in some ways to mitigate that aspect, I think, as well. You make it so people only play against players and within a small pool of new players, people who have only done 5 or less runs or whatever, and then those people don't feel like, and you're very transparent about that. You just tell people, you know, in the description. Hearthstone gives almost no information. So if like you're like, oh, I think I want to play Arena, and then you're like, well, let me look it up, and then you look it up, or you go to a stream and watch, you'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna get smacked. I don't want to do that. I've had to put in work to find out like what I have to do, and the answer I got was I'm gonna get smackarooed by everyone. So it's like, oh, okay, well, why not just be more transparent and say like, hey, we're gonna protect you. You can, you know, get your feet wet a little bit, have fun, grow your collection, spend some money, not be outmatched when you're playing standard, help mitigate that by adding to your collection. No, it's like they just don't tell you any of that.
Do you need a blessing?
So naturally, you know, I hate Hearthstone in a lot of ways. Isn't that the pool that Dreads gets to play against? He's making a new account before every stream, so he does get that advantage, which is why his average is up around 5.5 wins per run these days. Even playing field is why I played Arena and Battlegrounds before it was pay to win. Yeah, for sure. But if you're not invested enough to like learn about that stuff, then you won't really know. They don't give you any of that info, which again is still just crazy to me.
More training?
Reporting for duty.
I mean, we're not winning this game by like... Zombie Chow is going to die before this game ends. Overwatch 2 made sure to put noobs in with everyone all at once. I had a guy tell me to heal him with my Cheerios when I heal with my aura. Yeah, I think Overwatch is a very unforgiving game as well. But it's free, so like, that's nice, right? You're not losing anything by playing it.
None may steal our secrets.
And I think that that's a... I think that's a difference between Hearthstone, especially Standard, is like you don't have access to the same resources, even though you haven't spent any money. You don't have access to the same resources. And once you spend $50 or $100, you still don't have access to the same resources. Somebody who spent $200 or somebody who's been playing for every day for 2 years, they're all going to have more resources than you. So you're not really like motivated to spend $10 or $20 to like, you know, bridge the gap or whatever. Overwatch 2 is not free? Did they change that? I didn't pay it to play it, did I? New players' ranks are called the Apprentice League, and there's 40 ranks. It is free. The characters aren't free. They're not? Don't you unlock them just by playing? Or did you have to buy characters? So I didn't buy anything. But I also couldn't play that many characters. Like, I could only play 1 or 2, right? Making more core cards free to all players is huge. Yeah. But a lot of these changes came 7 years after the fact, right? Like 6 years after the fact. So I think Hearthstone held on to like its poorly monetized business model for too long, which isn't going to bring in new players when your game isn't the most popular game on Twitch and in the world. Yeah, they do stuff to help new players now for sure. The duplicate protection is much better than it was before, where you could get 7 copies of the same shit legendary. Like, that probably wasn't cool. right? Now you can't get duplicates, and the reward track, the battle pass, is much better for most players. People who aren't playing 60 games of Constructed a day and getting 150 gold or whatever from wins. Like arena players and battlegrounds players and stuff can actually acquire resources too.
None may steal our virtues.
You can play a shitload to get the best characters. Yeah, that I can't speak to. In Overwatch, I didn't play that much, and I didn't even know what the best characters were. But like, I played Overwatch for a week or two, 3 weeks, for free, and I wasn't good, and I had fun, and I played whatever hero I picked that I liked, and I won some games and I lost some games, and it didn't feel like I had zero chance just because like I queued up against somebody who ran like a different deck or a different hero or something. And maybe that's the case, you know. But I kind of felt like, personally, it was a skill issue more than like a monetization issue. Like the players that were better at the game would beat me. And I felt like that was kind of fair, even if it was sort of frustrating.
For the crusade!
Not in my house.
It's an esport. There will never be modding. Overwatch needs modding. What does that mean? Like modifiers, or it needs moderation? I'm really fucked up with their esports coverage. That was a big mistake for sure. And I've only speculated. I don't know too much about the ins and outs of the business and whatnot, but I would imagine that they got offered a boatload of money and then probably convinced themselves that like YouTube would grow or whatever.
Such power!
Join or die.
They probably convinced themselves that YouTube would grow and it would be like okay, you know, or we wouldn't lose as much as we lost. Like, because I know what some streamers were being offered to switch to like YouTube and Facebook gaming and stuff around that time. They were talking about, this is a thing. They were in the talks with potentially getting like F2K's whole team, everybody who was signed to F2K, to move to Facebook gaming. And there were talks of like a 6-figure salary for like most people to get the whole team to go to Facebook